a major hurricane hits Hampton Roads this year, tens of thousands of you at home might not have a place to go. That's just one concern from a study that could soon change state law. 10 on your side's Erin Kelly spent weeks reviewing that report. She's asking state and local leaders, are we ready? Erin?
Well, the short answer is we're not there yet. This study reveals a lack of coordination, confusion because two state offices were doing similar work, a need for evacuation plans. And if it got so bad that people couldn't leave, it's not clear where they would stay.
We'll just batten down the hatches and address that when it comes.
Jimmy Capps has seen a few storms blow through his oceanfront hotel in 35 years, never the big one. But as Governor Terry McAuliffe announced early in his term, there's work to do.
There are some discrepancies and a lack of coordination.
He's talking about this study on what might happen in Hampton Roads during a hurricane, Category 3 or higher. It paints a bleak picture.
Approximately 80,000 people may be without shelter, at least temporarily, because you do have these shelter deficits.
And how did we get to this point? Whose fault is that?
I think a lot of the deficiencies that we found trace back to that lack of coordination.
The report reveals only 6 out of 16 state shelters would have enough staff to open at the same time. Rob Braidwood has more than 200,000 people to worry about in Chesapeake.
We have a lot of shelters that we could use after an event, but we have a very limited number of shelters that we can use pre-event, and many cities are like this because of our low-lying nature and tidewater.
Hurricane Katrina showed the struggle inside New Orleans Superdome when it was no longer safe to leave. In a major hurricane, Hampton Roads shelters could become the refuge of last resort. But the report shows many cities haven't said where those would be. In short, we don't even have a Superdome to go to. And only 3 have signed agreements with places outside Hampton Roads to shelter their residents.
We have an agreement with Richmond. So it needs to be revised, obviously, and updated. But yes, we have that relationship.
Brett Burdick with the Virginia Department of Emergency Management says the state and cities share a responsibility for shelter.
Right now, we're at a bit of a stoppage because all of the state-owned universities that have the capability, we've exhausted that. There's a way to go to local governments outside of the area, but most of them don't have really large facilities that are owned by them.
The state was only aware of 2 local cities with traffic management plans for evacuation. Is Virginia Beach one of those?
No.
Okay.
I think Virginia Beach has a very robust traffic control system. We have an intelligent traffic system. Actually, in terms of evacuation, our plans are to fold in with the state of Virginia.
Images from recent storms across the country have moved things forward here. Burdick admits Virginia is behind the curve.
We need to pick up the ball and run with it a little quicker.
Did someone drop the ball?
I don't think it was dropped. I think it just was perhaps not realized how things were developing, and the infrastructure constraints, the number of people, and so forth.
And most of the people we talked to said they were already working on a lot of the things in this study before it came out, and they're supportive of a bill that actually today just passed the Senate. It would reorganize disaster planning under one office, Public Safety and Homeland Security, and VDEM would have the authority to require and periodically review emergency plans. You can read the full study and more from what emergency managers told me on our website, wavy.com. Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.